Guys, there are certain sentences that I am not very likely to say often, or in some cases ever. No, thank you. I don't want some pasta. That's something you're not going to hear me say, probably ever. Hey, turn up that U2 song. There's another thing. That's just not something you're ever likely to hear me say. That's just not something I would say. But when you peel back a layer, perhaps context is everything, and there's an exception to every rule. No, thank you. I don't want any pasta because I already had 3 plates full. Or, hey, turn up that U2 song because this is my friend's wedding song, and today's not about me. Even though U2 is not my cup of tea, this is my buddy's wedding song. They are dancing to one or whatever song they picked. What would be a good Bloody Sunday? That's that's their first dance. Wait, what would be like a more ridiculous? I'm not a U2 fan, so I don't, but yeah, With or Without You. That's their wedding song. So you get the idea. Every now and again, there's exceptions where you find yourself saying a sentence that you might not say often or ever. Here's one for me today. Wow, I agree with Meghan McCain on this one. Not something I ever thought I'd say, to tell you the truth. But nonetheless, in this crazy year of our Lord 2020, here we are. And I find myself agreeing with Meghan McCain. This clip has gone pretty viral over on the blogospheres. And we're going to watch it. Meghan McCain. Check this out. Check this out. We're just going to watch it. Here we go.
Well, that's 2011 on PBS. That's not something he said after a few drinks, like at dinner privately.
Exactly.
That's something he said on air. So where there's smoke, there's just...
And by the way, she's talking about Michael Bloomberg. Just so you know, she's talking about Michael Bloomberg.
Just one second. Yeah. He also, there's a lawsuit the Washington Post dug up where he was sued for saying there was a woman who was having trouble finding a nanny for her child. And he said, it's a blanking baby. It doesn't know the difference between you and anyone else. All you need is some black who doesn't even have to speak English to rescue it from a burning building.
You know, all I have to say...
But I'm just saying, you want to go up against Trump and you want to take the moral high ground, Democrats? I don't know if this guy is going to be the one.
All I have to say, there are verified people on both sides. That was in Charlottesville. Yeah. He said that removing Confederate monuments was trying to take away our culture.
Take the moral high ground.
Belittled the Black Lives Movement. He questioned whether Barack Obama.
I'm not defending Trump because I'm attacking
who are you? What are you saying then?
I'm saying that you're shiny, sparkly. I'm saying you're shiny, sparkly guy who's surging right now. Which, by the way, everybody surges in primary politics.
Well, yeah,
I remember when Gingrich did and Herman Cain did. Every candidate surges at one point or another.
He still thinks the Central Park 5
because he's a sparkly little. Because you know what? I just think it's so interesting that you have a problem that we are talking about a candidate the way we would any other candidate. He just happens to be at the top getting the attention right now, which is why we're talking about it right now. What, I'm supposed to give Bloomberg a pass? Not on this show, not with this host.
I'd like to know who you're going to vote for. Who are you voting for?
Who I vote for is none of your business, but I'm not voting for Trump, and I'm sure as hell not voting for Bloomberg.
So then you're not going to vote.
Okay?
Yeah. So you're
none of your business.
So you're not voting for Trump, and you're not voting for a Democrat. You said that already.
You guys have done a piss poor job of convincing me.
And what she was saying there was, you guys have done a piss poor job at convincing me to vote Democrat. That's what Meghan McCain was saying. And throughout that 1.5-minute clip, which, by the way, if you're the biggest television daytime talk show, you'd think like, hey, don't constantly speak over each other would be a rule that they'd be able to follow. I'd imagine everybody on this show gets compensated very well. Just an observation. But anyway, Meghan McCain, and throughout it, again, first of all, nothing says, boy, I feel great about the system, than hearing 2 rich white women talk about 2 old racist plutocrat men and debating over which one is the more racist plutocrat man. Although that's what Joy Behar's trying to do. Meghan McCain's having none of it. She's like, how are you saying I'm defending Trump when I'm criticizing Bloomberg? And she's right. She's like saying, hey, I'm not trying to, because Joy Behar, she's just like, what about what Trump did? What about what Trump did? She's like, I'm not defending Trump. I'm saying this is what Bloomberg has done. We're talking about Bloomberg. And then she said, I sure as hell am not voting for Trump. I sure as hell am not voting for Bloomberg. And then she says, hey, you guys are doing a really lame job. Piss poor was the word she used. You guys are doing a piss poor job at convincing me to vote Democrat. If you're trying to shove Mike Bloomberg down my throat. Meghan McCain, the voice of reason in this particular segment. Meghan McCain, who I've never found myself agreeing with Meghan McCain about anything. This is the first time I've ever agreed with her on anything. But even she sees through the nonsense that is Michael Bloomberg. And how anyone can entertain this idea. I mean, even you blue no matter who, people. You cannot put up a racist oligarch against another racist oligarch and expect the racist oligarch with a D next to his name to win. Especially since, hey, that guy's only been a D for so long. He embraced Bush. Mike Bloomberg. Meghan McCain. Want to watch it again? Well, we might not be able to.
Well, that's 2011 on PBS. That's not something he said after a few drinks, like at dinner privately. That's something he said on
So these
air.
are all things that Bloomberg said.
Yeah. He also, there's a lawsuit. But I'm just saying, you want to go up against Trump and you want to take the moral high ground, Democrats. I don't know if this guy is going to be the one.
Yes! Mike Bloomberg. She's like, look at all the stuff this guy said. Look at all the horrible racist stuff this guy says. Look at stop and frisk. And you think this guy is going to have some moral high ground to Trump? And Joy Behar, instead of echoing those concerns and be like, yeah, you're right. We really got to make sure this guy doesn't get it out of a primary. Otherwise, we're guaranteed to lose. Instead of doing that, she does whataboutism with Trump. Mike Bloomberg has said some horrible things. Oh, well, so has Trump. Yeah, okay, no one's arguing that, Joy Behar. No one's arguing that. That's not the topic here, though.
I have to say there are very fine people on both sides. That was in Charlottesville. He said that removing Confederate monuments was trying to take away our culture.
You want to take the moral high ground.
Belittled the Black Lives Movement. He questioned whether Barack...
Please let Meghan McCain make her point. Another sentence I never thought I'd say. But here I am. I'm like, she's like, you want to have the moral high ground with Trump. Look. And Joy Behar is just literally looking off a sheet of talking points. That's what Joy Behar is literally doing right now.
I'm not defending Trump because I'm attacking Bloomberg.
I'm not defending Trump because I'm attacking Bloomberg. And the fact that Joy Behar can't make that differential is kind of scary. And by the way, the person I got this tweet from, even they say, for once in my life, I can wholeheartedly say I agree with Meghan McCain. The host defending Michael Bloomberg's racist action because he's not Trump should be ashamed. And that comes from Jamie August. I just kind of found this. I don't know this person, but I agree with that tweet. I agree full-heartedly with that tweet. And there you have your sentence. Oh, wow. I agree with Meghan McCain on this one. Because one of the very few things her and I have in common is that in 2020, neither one of us wants to pick between two racist oligarchs. Interesting.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your